side, out rod. Good thing.
What's up, yins, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing PA with Ryan Reed. Guys, it's been a while since I posted content. I've been super busy with working on the house and really just at work. I haven't been fishing a whole lot, and I've been struggling to get you guys some content. It's one of those things where I wanted to just put out a video for fun and just try to talk fishing. I haven't been out a whole lot, as I had mentioned, but I did get to fish a few times this year, and I got to get out in the spring, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, was some footage that I had got from the early springtime muskie bite. We're talking like March, April, May time frame here. That time of the year where you're kind of downsizing baits, that time of the year where you're short line trolling. It's just one of those things this can be really, really fun. And it gives you an opportunity to kind of test some of those lures that you picked up from show season. So what I want to do in this video, though, is I want to share a clip with you guys, but I want to talk about a specific muskie lure that I'm kind of falling in love with. This muskie lure is very versatile. It's a bait that will catch multiple species of fish throughout the entire year. And really, again, being versatile, you can troll it and cast it. So that's the goal for this video. So guys, going back to the New York Muskie Expo, I had an opportunity to sit down and talk with Greg Them. And Greg is the creator of Xtreme Muskie Lures, which you can see here on my shirt. Now Greg, super humble, super nice guy to talk to. He's a fisherman first, and he makes products that flat out catch fish. Okay, so when you're talking about Xtreme Muskie Lures, you're talking about a very cost-effective, a very friendly, easy-to-use muskie lure. The entire lineup is. And you're talking about working with somebody that's just very down-to-earth, very humble, and wants to help you catch fish. Okay, so I needed to say that up front. Now, what I failed to do at Ohio and Muskie Max this year was actually pick up some baits of that smaller profile for springtime. Now, the profile I'm talking about is like that 3 to 4 inch range, a little bit smaller than your 5-inch shad bait. I wanted something that I could really downsize and troll, because I've noticed the last couple of years, and this year in particular as well, smaller baits really did well on our reservoirs here in PA in the spring. These are the style of baits that I'm looking for, and I just overlooked it during show season. So by the time I got to New York, I was really looking for something that would fit that tiny bait profile for that springtime short line trolling bite. So guys, what I came up with here is I actually talked to Greg Them, again from Xtreme Muskie Lures, and Greg makes a mini crankbait. So before we get into any more of this conversation, I want to share with you guys that interview at Greg's booth so you can get a better look at his lineup of Xtreme Muskie Lures. All right, guys, New York Muskie Expo. We're here in the Xtreme Muskie Lures booth, and I'm here with Greg. So how you doing today?
Hey, good. How you doing, Ryan?
Good, good. So how's the show been?
Been really good. Pretty steady. Selling a lot of baits.
Good.
Got some new customers, some old customers showing up, so it's been very good. First time show, obviously here, so didn't know what to expect, but so far so good.
Awesome. That's awesome. So what? I know I just picked up a couple of the minis.
Yep.
So talk to me about your bait lineup just a little bit.
So we've got everything that I do myself. So they're all CNC cut. This is the mini. This is a very small 3-inch bait, but don't let that bother you. It's caught everything from 49 3/4 inch muskies to lake trout to pike to muskie, walleye, crappie, catfish, you name it. Very good casting, very good trolling. All my baits are 3-wire constructed.
Oh wow, okay.
They've got 2 coats of epoxy with a UV inhibitor in it, a rattle, strong hooks. Almost all my baits have 4X strong hooks, but everything's done by me. So if there's a problem with it, it's my fault. So, come to me and I'll get it fixed.
We know who to call.
Exactly, right. And then you move over into the walking shad line. The 3-inch walking shad's been out for a year. kind of like that panfish style bait, but it's got a wander to it when casted or trolled. The 4-inch walking shad has been out for a few years, and this actually got 3 fish 50 inches or bigger in 2020 in Ohio, which is very, very cool. So they've been super duper popular.
That's a rare fish for Ohio. Right?
It very much. And actually, I got another bait here in a second. I'll tell you, I got one in over 50 in Ohio on it as well. So it was a great year in 2020. You know.
That's awesome.
So, and then you move to the 6-inch walking shad, a little bit bigger bait, a little bit more wander. And then I've got a few of the 8-inch walking shads, and those have caught fish up to 54 inches on Green Bay. Some really massive fish, a lot of wander to those baits.
Okay, cool.
All right. And then I've got my mega shads. They're an 8-inch bait, deep diver, harder thumping bait. I don't have these out every year, so I made a few for this show, but they've caught some really big fish as well, you know, upper 40s, close to the 50-inch mark.
Wow. Yeah, those are sweet. Those are,
yeah.
Look at that. That's like, what is that? That's like
that is a lime goldie. And as you can see, most of them are one-offs.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, and usually I do that for my bigger baits, and then my glide baits, I do more one-offs than standard colors.
Very cool.
Moving over to the LTs, these have been a great bait for many years. Tighter wiggle. They do have a little bit of a kick to them, but not so much a wandering bait.
Okay.
But these have been great casting baits over, you know, emerging weeds in the spring to trolling on Lake St. Clair. Just, you know, you can get those down to about 15 feet. The TS model is a little bit bigger version kind of that LT. It's got a bigger square lip on it, wider wobble, runs down to 15, 16 feet. This one got an over 50 at Chautauqua in 2020. So, and these I didn't make every year because I wasn't getting feedback on them.
Okay.
And then I started saying, oh, I got a 48, somebody got a 51, I got a 49. It's like, oh, okay, I better make a few. So I went back to making them. This new one is a Mini XL. It's a bigger version of the Mini with a round lip, and it's got a little bit of wander to it. I think this is going to be a great bait. You know, it's only been out really for this show and the two previous, you know, the Pittsburgh Muskie Max and then the Ohio show. And then what I do a 6 and an 8-inch glider. The 6-inch is about 3 ounces, very slow sink, really good hang time, short twitches, are easy to work. I get a lot of feedback that says, hey, these are great, easy to work baits. And the 8-inch ones are about 6 ounces heavier.
Okay.
You can work them a little bit faster. So that's kind of the lineup that I've got. You know, this is my last show for the year. So I'll probably put some of these up online afterwards. And then some of the clubs will get some as well.
All right, so if somebody wants to get an Xtreme Muskie Lure, what's the best way to get a hold of it?
Best day right now is to contact me on Facebook.
Okay.
My website has been shut down as of the end of March. I stopped taking orders from the website. So hopefully going to be fishing more. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, it's time to fish.
Yeah, this is my 3rd show, so you know I'm ready to fish.
Yeah, I understand that.
But it's been great seeing everybody finally back to shows this year. And, it's been great.
Very cool. Well, you guys need to check out the one and only Xtreme Muskie Lures and Greg here. So appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ryan, man. Appreciate it.
All right, so hopefully that helps you guys put this into perspective. He's got a wide variety of lures. You know, just one of those things. Like, again, he's a fisherman first. He makes baits that catch fish. That's his goal with these, you know. So looking at this, knowing that I needed a smaller profile, I wanted to pick up a few baits from him. And what I did was I went with the Xtreme Minis. Okay, now the Xtreme Minis look like this. Okay, you can see it's a very small profile. That's like a little blue shad pattern. Got to go with Fire Tiger on our reservoirs here in Pennsylvania. And I also did this color, which I've been told is an absolute gem on Pymatuning Reservoir, which you guys know I fish a lot. So, you know, I wanted to get a couple of these baits. And the thing that I've been doing now is I've been buying 3 of the same bait, okay? And the reason I've been buying baits in 3s is because I have 3 rods on the boat. If one of these baits goes off, I'm probably going to load my spread up with the same line, you know, with the same type of baits. Sounds kind of stupid. Some people won't agree with that, but I've had tremendous luck with the Leo Mojos and the Magnums doing that when one rod goes off. We've caught multiple fish, kind of loading up the spread. So that's what I've been doing. So I bought 3 Xtremes off of Greg, and I was ready to kind of test these out in the spring. So I think now's a good time to share a clip with you guys of this Xtreme Mini in action. This was a fish that I had caught, again, early season, short line trolling on one of our reservoirs here in the state of Pennsylvania.
That makes me really happy. Spin. On my side, out rod. Good fish, dude. Really good fish. Really good fish. Okay, we're gonna have to. This is the board, okay? Really good fish. Not a giant, but a good fish. You're gonna have to help me with this board. But it's wrapped, so. There's a fish on there. There was. Pop it. Pull it off. Okay, we're good. He's still on. He's still on. Oh, dude, this is a good fish. Oh, look at that. Lots of small fish. I thought that was way better based on the reaction. Nice job, dude. Seriously, nice job.
Pretty wild net job there by Dano. You know, honestly, I had that bait probably about 10 feet behind a board. It was just one of those things where the fish grabbed it. I knew the board was going to be a little bit tricky because of the way I wrap it. I probably got a little bit short there with Dan. I was just, you know, I was amped up. I wanted to get a fish. And, you know, the fish got hung on the side of the bag. But if you guys look at that footage, Dan really did everything he could to get it in there. And ultimately, he was able to flip that fish back into the bag, and we got that one into the boat. So, you know, that was on this particular bait right here. You know, this exact one. You know, we were trolling fairly slow. It was like, you know, maybe 3.6, 3.8, somewhere in there. That fish grabbed that bait, and these are just like the perfect profile for that springtime muskie bite. So, like, the one thing I've noticed about these as well, when you're casting them, you can kind of reel these in and they'll just hang. They'll suspend in the water column, and there's a real slow rise to them, like real slow. At least mine, that's what mine were doing. And like places like Conneaut for pike, I mean, these things, I think I moved maybe 2 or 3 fish on these at Conneaut. You know, certainly have the fish interested, and these are just like dynamic for like creeks, like small creeks and river systems, you know, lakes, casting and trolling, and you guys can run these, and they're really built well too. Like Greg builds them really well. So, you know, this is just kind of a tip. I'm not saying you guys have to go out there and buy every bait that I run or I buy. This is just kind of one of those things I wanted to talk about. You know, just smaller baits, smaller profile baits, downsizing in that springtime window like March, April, May can be very effective. And I only had a couple of days to spend on the water, guys, and, you know, this bait, it got it done for me. You know, a muskie in the bag is never a bad thing, you know, and it's just when you love these fish and you love to spend the time to fish for them, you know, you'll do anything to put one in the bag, and you'll enjoy it regardless of the size of the fish and regardless of what you end up getting it on. But these baits, I'm really looking forward to using these baits more. I can't wait for like Ohio, because if Greg goes back to the Ohio Muskie Show this in 2023, in this early in the winter there, I'm probably going to load up on these minis. And he's got like a 3-inch walking shad type deal too. If you guys need, I don't have the depth curve on these. I do believe Greg said they would go down to like 8 feet with enough line out there. I have a fish hawk. I've been using my fish hawk a lot, and that's helped me kind of tune these in. But I've been short lining them a lot too, so I've been staying within that first 1 to 3 foot of the water column, and they obviously I was able to get a fish on them. So if you guys need more information on these, reach out to Greg Them at Xtreme Muskie Lures. If you guys have any questions for me on these types of baits, just shoot me a message on social media. If you guys like these types of videos, just quick little discussions on lures, or what we've been doing, or just a quick clip just to share with you guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Let me know how your fishing's been. Just trying to touch base with everybody and get some kind of video out there for you guys, just so I'm still breathing and alive. So all right guys, that's all I have. I appreciate everyone. I've got another video I'm getting ready to work on here very shortly. Was out with Todd Lee at Party. Really pumped about that one. And I've got a couple of trips coming up that I'm super excited about. Opportunities to try to get a PB fish. That's my goal for the year. I don't care how many muskies I catch this year. I want one big one that's better than 45 inches. So that's what I'm going for. We've got a couple trips lined up to see if we can get that on camera. And hopefully we do, and I'll be able to share it with you guys. So until then, check out Xtreme Muskie Lures. Greg's a great dude, making great products. Really enjoy these minis a lot. And hopefully you guys can take a look at them. Hopefully this video was helpful. And I'll just say, hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Tight lines. We'll see you next time.